Okay, I'm back. I found me a bathroom. So what I was saying with doing the rituals, you have to go through, you're accelerating your timeline. You know what I'm saying? Certain things, yes, it's for you to have, just not right now. You still have to learn the lessons. You still have to overcome the trauma. You still have to come to new epiphanies and all of this stuff. So when you're doing these rituals and people be like, oh, I did the ritual and my boyfriend left me, or I found out my boyfriend was cheating and blah, 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 because your boyfriend wasn't going with you with what you asked for. You know what I'm saying? You talking about you want to get married. You're doing a ritual to marry somebody. Little do you know, your soulmate is on the fucking way. Your boyfriend right now ain't even your soulmate. You're about to ruin your own life. Like, you're about to ruin your own life by not allowing yourself the time that it takes to let your life unfold. Do you understand me? And you're not trying to understand, okay, it's a full moon right now, right? Well, what is the full moon working on for me? What is it bringing me now in my life? And I'm not saying don't do every full moon ritual, don't do every new moon ritual, but I think that you need to do it within the means of your life right now. You know what I'm saying? You need to be manifesting for the right now, because it is the only plane of existence that's happening, right? The only shit that's real is right now. So I don't want to say don't manifest a Lambo truck, but how about you manifest the income for a Lambo truck, the skill for a Lambo truck first before you go ahead and manifest a Lambo truck? You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that makes enough sense. But the main reason that I had got on here, and then I always get sidetracked, was because when we're taking in this information, I was watching one of the videos where the girl was talking about how she went from New Age to Christianity. And she said she was reading all these books, and she was like, it's never enough. And that's how you know, like, this is some demonic shit. Like, it's never enough. You're always, what the fuck? Ooh, child, I'm about to get into an accident. You're always searching for more. You're always searching for more. Hell yeah. You're always going to search for more. When you're watching these YouTube videos, when you're reading all the books, like, New Age and spirituality, I don't know much about New Age because I never put like I'm doing this on the work that I do. I just started doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the fuck it's called, honestly. I don't know if it's a cult. I don't know if it's New Age. I don't know if it's Buddhism. I don't know if it's a yogi. I don't fucking know. But I'm just doing shit. Because I'm trying to discover myself. I'm not getting roped into nobody's. I'm not letting nothing hold me in a space that you want to hold me in. You ain't catching me, bro, unless I want to be caught. And when I feel like I don't want to be caught no more, I'm gone. I'm out. Because the only thing that I need, whether I believe in God, Yahweh, whatever, the only thing I need is me and the source. I don't need your religion. I do need a community. Like, I just feel like as a human, you need a community, but like, I don't need all that other extra shit they be trying to give you. I'm cool. I'm talking to the one. We straight. I'm good. Are you talking to the one? Because you can get the fuck on. But when you're getting this information, right? She said, it feels like you always need more. That there's never enough. So you're watching more YouTube videos, you're reading more books, whatever. And because there is more. There's two sides to every fucking thing. There is the external, which is the information, but then there's also the internal, and which you could even say the information is the light, but then there's also the darkness, which is the internal. You know what I'm saying? And people be so shy and so afraid of the dark, or I walk on the dark side because I do hex magic and because I work with Baron Samdi. Like, no, my nigga, that's actually the light. Oh my God. I wonder if that's true. You ever just be talking and you be like, oh wow. But yeah, you would say that that's actually the light because that's what you can see. Right? that makes sense to me. There's two polarities to every single thing. So I went to the bookstore the other day. I went to Barnes & Noble, right? And it's so funny. They turned their spiritual section into self-transformation. And it always used to be like in the back of the store, or like, it used to be in the back of the store, like tucked away in the corner, always with the Christian stuff, but tucked away, right? And it's so interesting. The Bible and the Christian stuff, I've been to like 2 or 3 different Barnes & Nobles, and they've all have the same new floor layout. The Christian stuff stayed in the back. All of the spiritual shit, the divination, has moved to the front of the store, in front of the information desk. So you know what that tells me? Y'all niggas been stealing them tarot decks and stealing them books. They said, Lord, the new age done woke up. These people with these spiritual awakenings done woke up and started stealing everything. So they had to come put it to the front where somebody can keep an eye on it. I thought that was funny, but I actually went to go get a Bible. Because I have one, but I can't read it because it's all like difficult. So I went to go get me a Bible that I could understand. And just because I want to decode it for myself. You know what I'm saying? You can watch people decode it, and you can watch people who be like, oh, this means that. But I want to figure it out for myself at this point. I just want all the shit for myself. So I picked one out. Then I went over to the self-transformation section, as I always do. And when I walked over there, you know, there's all these books, and the way they have it set out now, it's like a little block, and you can just see everything. And I'm just like, you know, all of this shit it's just one thing that they've separated into so many different little books, and people have found their little niche in these things, their niche, and they're separating all of this, but all of this information is one thing. So you're reading all of these books thinking that you're up on something. You're not. All of the information is one thing. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but like the law of attraction is only a piece of something. Yoga is only a piece of something. Meditation is only a piece of the whole. So it's like when I walked into that self-transformation section, all the books there were the whole, but then it was broken up into all these little teeny tiny pieces and books. So yeah, you're going to be fucking searching forever because you don't realize that these are all little pieces of the whole. But another reason why you will always search forever is because the rest of the information is inside of you. Okay? There is the light, and then there is the dark. There is the information, and you must internalize it. What does it mean to you? How does it affect you? What is this in your world? What is this to your body, your being, your soul, your spirit, your star, all of that shit? What is it for you? So yes, you will always search, because it's not about, I don't know how to say this properly. It's not about what the information. It's not about just having the information and just having this knowledge and regurgitating it. It's about internalizing it and understanding it for yourself. And one thing that I can always say that I notice is when I'm doing practices, when I'm following other people's instruction, when I am, you know, following a course, following whatever, when I do it and I view it from my own lens, from my own point of view, it's different. Like it hit different, or it makes sense to me differently from when I read it in the book to when I actually did it. My favorite saying I've read in a book: to know truth is to live truth. So you're reading all of these books, none of that shit is true until you've experienced it, until you've brought it internal and brought it back out, and now you're looking at what it actually is. One of the ways that I was explaining it to myself when I was having a conversation with myself was, it's all over the world. It's literally how everything works. There are two sides to everything. There is what something looks like, and then there's what it is. You buy a sandwich from McDonald's. I'm driving past McDonald's. There is what it looks like, the way it's presented, but then there's when you actually get it and you open it up, what it is. There is an idea that you have of this nail salon that you're about to go to, the reviews you read, the experiences you've had at other nail salons, the pictures that you saw, and what the actual nail salon experience is. There's always two sides to something. So you can get information and understand, like when we're talking like this, you know what I'm saying? Words are cool, words are great. There's not enough of them. So they can't really truly express everything that is actually happening. You know what I'm saying? It's only a fraction. So the only other you need all of the senses in order to get the whole picture. That's why you have sight, smell, hearing, expression, the voice, all of this shit. It's to create one whole picture. We're expressing, or we're taking in information in all of these different ways. So it's not just through words. It's not just through a video. It's not just through these things. It's all of the senses together is striving at its hardest, or at its best capability to bring you what the actual truth is. I think I don't think anybody needs anything more than that. I think that makes perfect sense. But it's just understand. So tying it all back into each other, tying everything all back, when we're listening to this information from other people, when we're listening to these YouTube videos, when we're reading these books, you take everything in as a theory, everything you question, everything is a possibility. You gotta go see. You have to go see. Something you'll read and it will sit so well with your spirit. Now go experience it and find out the truth of that thing. You know what I'm saying? So don't read something and be like, oh, that makes perfect fucking sense. Yep, I'm a child of Oshun. Go experience Oshun first, my guy. Like, go see about that first. Internalize it. And before even that, how can you internalize something? How can you experience it on the inside? I really hope I'm getting this across correctly. How can you you need the light and the dark. The light and the dark is the whole thing, right? White and black is the whole thing. You need the negative and the positive in order to create an actual electrical current, to create the charge. You can't just work in the light. You can't just work in the dark. You need the two of them in order to actually create something. So, but if you don't know, take a remote, for example, right? You're a remote and you're functioning, you're the positive charge of the battery. You're the positive charge of the battery, and you're like, yep, I'm taking in all this light, still ain't shit popping off. Nothing, the remote still ain't gonna go, right? Until finally you bring in the dark or the negative charge. Now you're gaining, you have an electrical current. Now the remote will go. But what the fuck does it all matter if you don't know that you're a remote? Like, what if your consciousness, you know that you're this negative, you know that you're this positive, you see that there's an electrical current flowing, blah, 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 blah. But you have never realized, your consciousness never tapped in to say, okay, well, what the fuck am I? You're a remote. And now you're like, all right, I got an electrical current going. I think I'm going to be a radio. I really want to be a radio. Bitch, no, you can't. You're already a remote. You may be able to add some radio-like qualities, and now you're a remote that plays music, or you're a remote that you can talk to and walkie-talkie and shit. But at the end of the day, you're a remote. So don't you think before you even figure out the light and the dark, the negative and the positive charge to create the currents and all of that shit, you should figure out what you are first? Doesn't that make sense? So you have this information. You need to experience the information internally. However, in order to experience the information internally, you must have some sort of idea of who you are, at least an idea. Not of what somebody told you were, not of what you read online and, oh my God, that sounds like me. An idea of who it is at a soul level. Like, try and feel yourself. You know what I'm saying? Without all of the world's traumas and, oh yeah, because I'll cuss you out. All of that shit is some trauma reactions. All of that shit is ego. All of that is protection. All of that is fear. All of that is worry. Outside of that, who are you at your core? Who am I? What am I? Then internalize that information. Then come up with your idea. You know what I'm saying? Then you make the idea. Other than that, everything else is a theory. Everything else is a question up until. So also take that on the flip side. That's what you need to do for yourself. But when you understand that nobody is a guru here. Nobody is a guru. Why? Simply because they are not the source. They are not God. They are the God over their being, their space. They're the Lord. They're their landlord. You're a landlord, yeah. But that's it. You know what I'm saying? So the information that I'm giving you, I'm not the end all be all. The information that anybody, any guru who has 700 million subscribers, followers, 20 years of experience, I don't fucking care. None of them know. Nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? They know for themselves. They know for themselves. So all that they can tell you is what they know for themselves. So, you want to know how you can be like them? Know for yourself. Okay? No, because like I said, nobody knows what it is for everybody. And another reason nobody can know what it is for everybody simply because they're not God, they're not the one. And number two, we all ain't from the same place. We're all in a human suit. We are all not from the same place. Before I even understood what that meant, I knew that. I never even understood what that meant, but I knew. We all got legs. We all, got blood vessels and cells and all of that shit, but we're just not the same. We're not all from the same place. And that's why I say know who you are. Know where you're from. Know your original frequency. When you were born here, what was that frequency? It's still in there. It didn't go nowhere. This video is getting entirely too long. But I hope that makes sense. I really feel I hope somebody watches this video. But we got to get hip. There's so many people in this day, especially with the spiritual awakenings happening everywhere. People are going to be jumping online. Guru this, guru that, course this, meetup that, selling this, selling that. Don't get lost out here. Don't get lost out here. Because there's a lot of worldly shit happening and we're labeling it spiritual because it looks pretty, because it sounds nice. And then one thing I can motherfucking tell you, spirituality don't look pretty and it don't sound nice. It doesn't. So I automatically question you right then and there. Everything is in a perfect little bow. Everything is love and light and glory and God. And oh, this green quartz Lumarian crystal. Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut your ass up. That's not even, no. But I'm done.